live at you for my second interview of the day. Right now we're at Warrap Radio once again. Shout out to the owner, Mr. Foster Bird, for having me at Warrap Radio. I am your host, none other than Jacob Toombs. And today we have Mr. Wulph.
What's good?
Hip-hop artist from Niagara Falls, New York, now residing in South Carolina. Wulph, what's good with you, man?
Nothing, just trying to get better every day, you feel me?
All right, man. So, for the people who don't know who you are, go ahead and introduce yourself and tell them where they can find you.
Lon3, that's Lon3, WLPH, Lon Wulph. You can look at me on SoundCloud, spell it the same way. You can go find me on Snapchat, Lon Wulph, spelled the same way. I gotta get back on my Facebook, I do. But you can go ahead and add me. What is my Facebook? Nowhere to scratch that. Just hit me up on Snapchat, hit me up on SoundCloud. It's all the same. It's all spelled the same.
All right, great. So, we're going to get into you as being an artist and a producer and a songwriter. So, how long you been into the music industry?
Man, I've been playing music since I was in the 5th grade. I made my first beat, though, when I was in middle school, out of Fruity Loops.
Okay, so what instruments do you play?
I play the sax, I play the piano, I play the xylophone, I play a little bit of the clarinet, you know what I'm saying? I play the, did I say xylophone? Play that. I play the drum set, all kind of drums. I play, if I want to learn it, I'm going to figure out how to do it.
Got it. So, with you being a musician first, how did that transition into being a producer and a hip-hop artist along with being a songwriter?
Well, it started, like I said, I've been doing music since I was in 5th grade, but it wasn't my music. It was like classical stuff, stuff that you learn in school. At the time, I was playing the saxophone. And so I pretty much, I got tired of playing other people's music, and I was like, I want to figure out how to do this for myself. So I started writing, and once I learned how to make beats, I took what I learned, and I just let it roll.
Now, I was at the show last night when you performed. Was that your first performance in South Carolina?
Yeah, I would say that it was my first real performance that I've ever done. I've done, like little performances here and there, but I say at the scale that it was last night, that's definitely my first.
So, the songs that you performed last night, which one of those songs are your hit single that you're riding with right now?
I'm definitely riding with Yours Truly. I wrote that one for the soul, I was in a real bad place, not necessarily bad, but just a different spot whenever I wrote it. And every time I perform and every time I hear it, it takes me back to that place, and it kind of like reminds me of who I am. It's yours truly. It's like a letter that I was writing, not only to myself, but to God almost. So when I hear it, it's almost like it's like reminding me of who I am and where I'm going and how hard I need to work.
So yours truly, was that driven about the different endeavors, the different trials and tribulations, along with the different blessings?
Oh yeah. It was all of it mixed together. It went from, like I said, it was basically a letter that I was writing to myself, to God, but also like a future me, like don't forget, So it brings me, it puts me in places like, how can I explain it? Like, it gets me motivated, because whenever I officially made the song, I wasn't focused on music, but music helps me with my therapy. Like, if I don't make music, then I start spazzing on people. I get angry. Like, if I'm not able to write how I feel, because I'm not going to talk to nobody. So if I'm not able to write it down, then it just stays in me, and that's not good,
So what you're saying, music is very therapeutic for you?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I was in the psychiatric ward. I had a episode. I was diagnosed with PTSD, and while I was in there, the only thing that got me to even go around and talk to people was there was a piano in the rec room. So I would go in the rec room and I would jump on the piano, play a little music or whatever, and that got me to be myself again.
Okay, so that being said, I know that me and you have talked earlier in the week, and you was telling me about a new project that you're working on. Tell me about the title of the project and how you was feeling when you was writing some of the songs at the time.
All right, the new project coming out is called Into the Fire. On these songs, it's basically me talking about how I'm going back into the fire. Like, I made it out of the fire, but it was just me, you know. And like, I'm not the type of person who leaves somebody behind. So Into the Fire is basically like I'm going back to get my homies, and we all gonna get it, you know. Like, I'm not gonna be the only one that's not burning up. I'm going to get everybody, you know.
I can dig it. So me and you have talked, and you told me the passion for you doing the music. Not only have you been a musician most of your life, but the passion is to feed your family and to put your wife and your son in a better place. Reiterate to the audience how you was feeling when me and you had that conversation.
Music to me is everything. It's a love that I can't explain to nobody, you know. It's an unconditional love to me. It's always been there. So I feel like, and what I teach my sons is do what you love, you know, like whether it's you getting paid for it or not, do what you love. And with me, I feel like what I love, I can use this to feed my family. And my family is the most important thing to me, because my other family, you know, we don't really talk. So the reason why I value family so much is because I really didn't have it. And I'm gonna do whatever I can to make sure that my family is taken care of, meaning my intermediate family, my wife and my kids.
So, you know, with you using music for outlet and for being therapeutic, and you saying that you didn't have that family love like you see other people have. So with you being said that, man, did that put you in a depression mode, or did it just make you not trust people? Like, how did that make you really feel when you only just had the music and you didn't have family to support you, family to call you, tell you they love you? Reiterate that, because there's somebody out here listening that may be going through the same thing, and you can be an advocate of what they're going through.
Right, man. Like I said, music was pretty much the only person. Of course, you know, my mother, she was always a loving person, and but other than that, you know, like family members, like grandmas, cousins, and things like that, you know, those things were strict for me at a young age. And what my mother taught me was, it's just us against the world. And like, I really had to grow up like believing that, because it really was just me and my moms and my brother, you know, against the world. Like, nobody was there like for my birthday. My, you know, grandmother didn't come to nothing like that. And you know that they stayed 2-3 minutes from my house, but I'm not gonna get into that. But you know, so what I would say for people who don't have, you know, your family backing you up or whatever, just use that as energy to do what you want to do. Like, whatever it is. Like me, it was music. So, and I feel like that I can do my thing with this music. So I'm using this negative energy that my family, you know, because they don't support me, I'm using that to make sure my bars is hard, make sure my bars is hot every single time, you know, make sure whenever I come out with a beat or whatever, like, I'm pushing it, because I believe in myself even though they don't. So you gotta believe in yourself. Find whatever it is that's therapeutic, that's gonna help you get to that next level, even though you might not have somebody backing you up and get there.
You heard it first. Warrap Radio, Jacob Toombs, Lone Wulph, CEO Foster Bird. We're talking about how music is therapeutic, how the issues of family can depress you, but this young man reiterated those issues and turned it to his music, and the music is going to be an outlet for him and his family to be straight forever. So we want to just give Lone Wulph one more shot to tell you guys where to reach him at. Back in the Fire coming out really, really soon. Of course, I'll be helping doing the marketing, be one of the executive producers on the project, and it'll be recorded right here in Warrap Studios. Foster Bird, dynamic engineer, producer, he do everything. So if you hot and you know you got skills, you want to interview, I am Jacob Toombs, it's Warrap Radio, and we're going to just let Lone Wulph tell you where you can find me once again.
Yeah, again, you can find me Snapchat, or on you can find me on Snapchat. That's Lone Wulph, LON3 WLPH. You can can also find me on SoundCloud. It's spelled the same way. LON3 WLPH. Holla at me. Listen to my music. I promise you, I'm different, but you won't be wasting your time. I promise this. Holla at me.
You heard it first, Lon3, baby. But before we get off the radio, I want me to talk about some community issues. There's been a lot of gun violence going on, man, through different communities, whatnot. And our young men are falling by the wayside. So even if you not a young man's father, or you don't have any children, you just need to grab these young men up and try to talk to them, try to coach them, try to encourage them, man. Because remember, everybody ain't always had somebody like me or you had somebody. So it's up to us to be an advocate. And don't forget, Charlotte, North Carolina, November 9th, the gala, the second official gala, man. It's going to be heartfelt, it's going to be emotional, but it's going to be awareness and eye-opening. We'll be talking about human trafficking. We'll be talking about domestic violence, emotional depression. We'll also be talking about the absentee of a father. And we'll be talking about the biggest form of abuse in the world. It's mental abuse. Because when that abuse comes at you mentally, it seems like it never goes away. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't like physical abuse either. I'm against domestic violence. Right. But the mental abuse, it seems like it stays with a person for almost a lifetime, man. Sometimes people can't get it out their head because it's embedded in their brain. So let's continue to uplift each other, keep each other in prayer. And like I said, November 9th, you definitely want to be there. And next weekend, October 6th, 5 to 7, my homegirl, childhood friend, Alicia Coleman, her annual book signing, Greenwood, South Carolina. If you follow me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, you'll see me posting the flyers. Man, be there, man. This young lady has worked so hard. You know, she's a minister. She's a mental counselor. She's a manager in the music business. She's a radio personality. She does it all, and I watch her. We grew up together. So I know where her passion has been. I know where she has came from and what she's been through. And she has put these writings in a book so she can share the experiences with you, so she can help you. And she only wants to be an advocate for her people so she can see them go to the next level. I am Jacob Toombs, Warrap Radio, CEO Foster Bird. We want to thank Lon3 for coming through to keep it with us, tell his story. And as I'm going to tell you, what my dad always told me, I'm good, man. I'm blessed by the best. Peace, we out of here.